good morning. Here is a second video. In the previous video, we have seen the example of a superclass of a hierarchical inheritance where we have defined a class called as a person consists of three fields, name, address, and ID, and two types of constructors. One is a default constructor, another is a parameterized constructor, and one method called as a show to display the name, ID, and address of a person. So from this superclass, we are going to define a subclass called as an employee, which consists of two more fields. One is a salary and another is an increment, in which again consists of two types of constructors. One is a default constructor, another is a parameters constructor, where if you see the parameters constructor consists of 5 fields, whereas first 3 fields belong to the superclass fields and the 2 more are belongs to the subclass. So here we have initialized the value for V to the salary and the value of K to the increment. This subclass employee consists of two methods. One is a calculate, which adds the value of increment to the basic salary of an employee, and a method called as a print, which displays the increment and the new salary of the employee, in which we have called the show function, which is defined in the superclass. So there is a one more subclass we have defined from the same superclass called as a person, and the name of the subclass is a student, which consists of 4 fields. 3 are of type integer, that is M1, M2, M3, and another is an average, which is of type double. Again, this subclass consists of 2 constructors. One is a default constructor and second one is a parameters constructor, in which again the first 3 parameters belongs to the superclass and the remaining 3 are belong to the subclass. Here the value of I, J, K we have initialized to M1, M2, M3 respectively, and it contains a one more method called as a display, which displays the value of M1, M2, M3 and the average along with the name, ID and address of the person. So this student subclass contains a one more method called as the average, which is going to find the average of the best of 2 marks obtained in a IA, which will be initialized to average, and based on that it is going to be displayed. Next, we have defined a class called as a PS, in which we have included a main function. In this main, we have created the 2 objects of 2 subclasses. One is an employee subclass, the object name is a E1, and another subclass is a student, so the name of the object is a S1. So the name of the employee, then ID of the employee, address of the employee along with the salary and the increment value we have passed while creation of the objects of E1, and then we have called the cal and the print method. So while creating the object of a S1, we have passed the name of the student, ID of the student, address, marks obtained in the 3 subjects, and then we have called the average and the display function. So based on that, accordingly, you will get the output of the program. The third type of inheritance is called as a multi-level inheritance. The process of deriving new class from the derived class is called as multi-level inheritance. So as you can see in the figure, we have a superclass called as A. We have derived a class called as a B from A, and we have derived one more class called as a C from the B. So this type of inheritance is called as multi-level inheritance. So let's see an example of a multi-level inheritance. We have a superclass called as a student, consists of name and a roll number. Then we have defined the constructor and a show function to display the name and roll number of the student. Then from this student class, we have derived a class called as a test, which consists of the marks obtained in the 2 subjects. We have defined the constructor, and then we have defined a method to display the marks obtained in the two subjects. Then we have defined one more class called as a result, which is a derived class from the test, which will calculate the average of the two marks obtained in the subject, which we have calculated in a cal method, and then we have displayed the value of the average. So in the main function, we have created the object of the last derived class, which is a result, and we have passed all the parameters, that is name of the student, roll number, marks obtained in the two subjects. Based on that, in cal, the average of it will be calculated and all the information will be displayed by calling the print method. The fourth type of inheritance is called as multiple inheritance. The process of deriving a single subclass from more than one superclass is called as a multiple inheritance. As you can see in the figure, there are three superclasses A, B, C, and from these three superclasses, we have derived a class called as a D. So now D is a one derived class from the superclasses A, B, C. So this type of inheritance, we call it as a multiple inheritance. So this type of inheritance is not directly implemented by Java because of the following reasons: because of the complexity, large memory requirement, and security. So if you want to implement this type of inheritance in a Java, there is another concept implemented in a Java called as an interface. So by using this interface concept, you can implement the multiple inheritance property. So that's what today's class of about